Stein is here live. And next, panel power. President Trump's next move on security. And will the travel ban go all the way to the Supreme Court? GOPAC Chair David Avella and Democracy for America's Neil Sroka are ready to go at it. Next, as justice rolls on in a moment. Welcome back to Justice. The panel is here with me now to talk about a big week in the White House. David Avella, Chair of GOPAC, Neil Sroka, Communications Director, Democracy for America. Thank you both for being here. And indeed, gentlemen, it was a big week. I'm going to start with you, Neil. Was that ban a religious ban?
Yeah, it was. I mean,
I thought we could agree on something.
Listen, there's some real questions about whether or not he violated the Establishment Clause of the Constitution, and the record shows that he wanted to have a Muslim ban back in December 2015. Rudy Giuliani bragged about
Neil,
how this was a legal attempt. No, I'm not a lawyer.
Hold on.
No, I'm not.
Okay,
I'm not.
Let me give you a little bit of a primer here. A contract is only decided based upon what's in the four corners of that document. So the executive order stands on its own. It has nothing to do with what was said before. But let me ask you this. If it was a religious ban, then how come it only applies to 12% of the Muslims in the world, as opposed to 100% of them? Why is it only these Muslims as opposed to the other ones?
It doesn't matter if it's all Muslims or just 12% of the world Muslims. The question is whether or not it's a religious test or not. So if you're a Christian from that country, you're banned. If you are... No, you're not.
Yes,
no, you're not. You're getting special privileges to get into this country if you are a refugee. That is what they're trying to do with this.
Neil, listen to me. You got to know your facts before you come on my show. Okay?
These are the facts, Judge.
No. Do you see how ridiculous it sounds? These are the facts, Judge. You can't tell me the facts. I'm telling you the facts. Now, David.
Yes.
Refugees, if you are a minority or religiously persecuted, you are automatically coming. That's the whole point of being a refugee or in an asylum, okay, status. But if you are a Muslim, a Christian, or anybody else, a Jewish person from any of those 7 countries, you have to be reviewed and banned. Is that correct?
Judge, I'm not up to the details completely on that, but let me say this, to Neil's point, that there are a number of legal scholars on the liberal side of the equation that don't agree with his assessment, and that in fact they don't think there's standing, that the state, Washington and Minnesota don't have standing to even have this case.
Well, there was a standing ruling.
They don't believe... They don't believe, legal experts also don't believe that there's a religious discrimination. They're not sure about the due process clause. But here's the most important point about all of this. Donald Trump has gone through the legal process of going through the courts to find out what they're going to do, while he's also this week looking at taking other action. Contrast that to when Franklin Roosevelt couldn't get his policies passed. He tried to pack the court and add more people to the Supreme Court so he could get his laws enacted and get his cronies on board.
Now I'm going back to Neil. Neil, now I'm going to let you talk.
Yes.
All right, Neil, here's the thing. If it were a religious ban, then no Muslim could enter the country from anywhere else. But you know what? I want to move on.
That's not true,
Let's talk about it.
Judge, you can have a religious ban that is only focused on those 7 countries, and it would still be an illegal religious test. We cannot have tests on religion.
It's based on where you're from and whether you are a danger, and it's temporary.
There is no proof
we can
that there's danger. There is no proof that there's danger,
How do you know that? How do you know what is in classified documents that even Barack Obama's administration found were dangerous countries?
What I know is that
say what I know is
that there has not been a single terrorist attack in this country committed by anyone who's come by a refugee.
I don't want to waste
that's
time
a fact,
here.
Judge. Judge, that's a fact. Deal with the facts.
Wait a minute. Okay, and you know what? When's the last time Japan attacked us? Should we, that's got nothing to do with what's going on today.
Are you proposing a ban on Japanese citizens? Are you proposing a ban on Japanese citizens?
What I'm telling you is it's based on the facts today, not what happened before. Okay, so let's talk about
there are no
what's
facts
going on.
the danger of these refugees. These are some of the most vetted refugees we've ever had.
Wait a minute, refugees from Somalia. Do you know what just happened at a university in Ohio, where a Somalian refugee got behind the wheel of a car and drove into a bunch of people, and then took out a butcher knife and started stabbing people? Don't fight with me on these facts. Let's talk about immigration. Do you think that the Trump administration is wrong to start arresting people who are here illegally, Neil?
Do I think it's wrong to be arresting people that are illegally?
Deporting them.
If they are people that commit violent crimes, just like they were under Obama, they should be deported. But the idea of arresting a mother of two and deporting her simply because she was here illegally doesn't make any sense, and why we should be prioritizing that over folks that have committed violent crimes. Makes no sense.
David?
Judge, the overwhelming people that in this recent pickup of illegal immigrants, almost all of them have committed a crime, or one was wanted in Brazil for going after young children. So President Trump is well within his right, as he is with the immigration ban that we were talking about earlier.
Let's call it a Muslim ban. It's what it is.
It's knowing who's coming into our country, Neil. Should we know who's coming into our country, or shouldn't we know who's coming into our country? And on that fact, we should.
Neil Soroka, thanks for being with us. Street Justice still on deck. Plus, how can the president keep